Hey, you all, and good morning. Carpetbagger here, coming to you live from Waynesville, North Carolina. And another day, another doctor's appointment. Went to my doctor, my general doctor, yesterday. Tomorrow is surgery day, and today is the dentist. I've clumped all my medical appointments here so I can get them all taken care of while I am at home. And honestly, the surgery is the thing that I am the most stressed out about. But this is number two, the dentist. I don't know. I used to not be afraid of the dentist at all. I actually got my first cavity, I think it was last year. Last year was the first cavity I ever had. It was very traumatic. I prided myself on never having a cavity, and then that pride went in the garbage. And then, I don't know, for those of you who've been watching the channel, a few years back I had dental surgery. I had all 4 wisdom teeth removed. It was the most pain I've ever been in my life. I actually got an infection in my cheek. My cheek swolled up really big. They were actually going to have to do surgery, open up my cheek, but they were able to get under control with antibiotics. But it was like, for a week, it was basically being unable to eat, waking up in just mind-bending pain, like cross-eyed with pain, taking just enough medication, because, these days they're a little stingy with the medication because there's been so much abuse of pain medication in recent history that they're really careful about how much pain medication, and they were really careful how much pain medicine they gave me. So I was I was waking up, taking just enough pain medicine. I go get my pain medicine. They give me like 3 pills, and I would take one of those little pain pills, calm down, get just enough where I could go back to sleep. 4 hours later, I'd wake up in intense pain, and this was like days at a time. It was dramatic for me, Obviously, tons of people have been through worse things. Women give birth to children, people get their legs chopped off, but I guess I live a lucky life because that was the worst physical experience for me. But I always get a little nervous. They scrape my teeth. I get dental teeth a little sensitive, so they're in there with hooks and knives and scraping the plaque off, and it sucks. I'm just waiting for them to tell me I have another cavity, because I don't know. I feel like these things snowball. But yeah, I'm gonna head in there. I'm going to get this dental appointment knocked out. Tomorrow's the big surgery, and so here we go. Okay, do they look cleaner? They feel cleaner. I feel like they've been stripped of all their foulness and plaque. So got the dentist down, no bad news, no cavities. So check that off my list. You just got as far as medical appointments, I got the surgery tomorrow, and then in about a little under a week, I have an eye doctor appointment. But I'm also just trying to, when I'm home, always trying to get everything done that needs to be done while I'm home. Like I said, over the past couple of years, just spent not a lot of time at home. A lot of the time it's Jen coming out and seeing me rather than me coming home, just because I'm, out there making videos, trying to do it while I can, while I'm still in good health. And so yeah, when I'm home, try to get, errands done, things I need to do. I make a list while I'm on the road of things that need to be done at home, and I get them done. Today, we're going to be going, I got an appointment to go over to Asheville and get the TSA PreCheck done. One reason that I put off doing this, you guys all suggested I get this done. I just assumed it would be really expensive, and I assumed it would be difficult. Like, it would be a lot of nonsense. It was actually very easy. I registered online, and it told me I got to go do an in-person visit. But in my head, I thought, okay, we'd have to go to the airport or something like that. Actually, there's a Staples in Asheville that does the pre-check. I'm assuming they do some sort of background check. I think maybe take fingerprints, whatnot. You put all the information online. All I needed to bring was my driver's license and then either a birth certificate or passport as proof of citizenship. So I got my passport to bring with me, my driver's license, my passport. I think that should be all that I need to get this done. So we're gonna head over there. We're gonna get this appointment knocked out, and then hopefully, I don't know how long it takes to process. I don't know if it's gonna be a long time to wait, but hopefully I'll get approved. I don't see why not. I don't think. No criminal record or anything like that. Never had an incident on a plane, as far as I know. So, yeah, I think I should get it. But who knows? Who knows what bumps in the road may come up? We'll see. And it's and I said I worried about price. It's like, I think it was $75 to pay for it, and it lasts for 4 or 5 years. So I should be able to get my money's worth out of that. Save enough time to make it worth my money, especially considering, the main reason I'm doing this is just because I have so much anxiety around airports, and I feel like this would take a big chunk of that stressful experience for me away. And so the difference is, I don't know. Once I actually get to try this, I'll let you know. But you can leave your belt on. You can leave your shoes on. You can leave everything in your bags. I assume they still put it to the X-ray machine. I'm sure they still do some sort of scan. I don't know. Maybe they don't. I hope they do. Obviously you want them to do it safe. But so they said you only wait an average of 10 minutes. So I'm really looking forward to this. Hope everything goes smoothly and I can get this TSA PreCheck. I think it would help increase my relationship with planes, make that a lot more of a positive relationship than it is now. I'm slowly, this is my goal here. I'm slowly trying to find ways to make air travel easier. I've pretty much figured out car-wise what works for me, how to travel in a car. I've got it down to almost a science. And I'm hoping, to get maybe air travel down to a science as well, and maybe do a little more air travel in the future than I have traditionally done. So let's go head over to Asheville. And we have arrived here at the Staples in Asheville, North Carolina, where we will get our TSA PreCheck. Let's see what happens here. Yeah, I thought Staples was just where you went to buy pencils. Apparently they have the TSA PreCheck here and passport services, all sorts of things they can do for you here at Staples. You definitely can buy pens here at Staples. Actually, I don't think I need any office supplies. I don't spend a lot of time in my office. You got school supplies over here. A lot of different Play-Doh kits. And look at this. You can grill Play-Doh, make Play-Doh look like food. I don't know if it's a great idea to make Play-Doh food because kids love to eat Play-Doh. I learned this when I was in CPS. I was investigating a daycare. One of the allegations was they let the kids eat Play-Doh. And they didn't necessarily let the kids eat Play-Doh, but I went there and observed Play-Doh time at the at the daycare, and the kids were just eating handfuls and handfuls of Play-Doh. They love the taste. So I don't know if they need any more encouragement to eat Play-Doh, to making it actually look like hot dogs. Well, Lego section. And look at this. You can make these elegant bouquets made of Legos. This is the botanical collection. The succulents. Make a Lego garden. Oh, look at these fun signs for your office. You hang that on your door when you're leaving. Oh, you get the official restricted area. A restricted area sign. Turn off your cell phones. Now that looks just like the opening scene from The Office. I might get this for my house. I don't know. I just think it's fun to have these professional things in your home. Oh, okay. Over here is where we do the pre-check. I guess I should get in line. Okay, so relatively painless. I showed up, at the scheduled time. They got me in really quick. Basically, they take your passport. So let me see, where's my passport? They take your passport here, and they scan that. I didn't need. I decided to bring my driver's license and my passport, but they only used the passport, which I guess makes sense because this is a valid form of identification as well. And so basically, they scanned my passport. They and then took my fingerprints, and last time I got. It's been a long time, probably since. Yeah, I mean, I started. I started my social work job in 2008, so that would have probably been the last time that I had to get fingerprinted. Get fingerprinted for work. Just make sure you're not some sort of secret criminal. So that would have been the last time I got fingerprinted, and back then they still used like ink. I think I remember, the ink, and they have a machine now. You do your thumbs, you put your 2 thumbs on there, then you do the 4 fingers. There's actually was problems with the 4 fingers. Like I had to keep redoing it. You have to hold it just right positioning. They make you reposition. How much pressure you're putting on it, and you have to touch a certain metal part of the machine. It's like this big tablet while you're putting your fingers on there. So they get the fingers. You make sure they have all the right information. Then they take a picture. They pick up the machine, and the machine takes a picture of you. And it's some third-party company. I think it's Edema that does the background checks. The gentleman behind me said he was there for a background check to get hazmat certified. So I guess they do other sort of background checks. It's not just for TSA. It's for any job or thing you would do that would require a background check. Now he said I would be getting an email. Oh, okay. So this is I got the email. This just says that I enrolled. I paid the $75 fee. I guess they said the next couple days I'll get another email just letting me know, I guess, if there's any problems, if everything goes through. So when it does, I will get a number. They don't issue a card. You don't actually get a pre-check card, which I was bummed because I was looking forward to getting another card to add to my my collection of season passes. But no, you don't get a card. You get a number. He said you guys should get to go into the airline app. Whatever airline you're using, you put in that number, and that gives you a pre-check. It says it makes your ticket a pre-check ticket, or your boarding pass. It certifies your boarding pass as pre-check, I guess. So you don't just go up there and say I'm pre-check. You have to run it through. I'm not sure. I'm going to be flying out to Transworld, to St. Louis. I decided I'm going to take a plane, so we'll see if it's ready by then. I think they said it could be as little as 3 days, but I guess sometimes there's no telling. So we'll see. I'm going to try to use it then. Try to get the experience of using my pre-check there. See how it works. See if it lowers my stress level at the airport. But yeah, I guess I don't see any reason. I've been thinking, I can't think of any reason why there would be an issue. But I'm expecting to get it in the last couple days, and then when we go out to Transworld, we will see if everything runs smoothly. Hopefully, this doesn't add another layer of stress trying to get it to work. But I don't know. It's the first time probably you hit some bumps in the roads, but we'll try it. So since we came down here to downtown Asheville, I figured we'd walk around downtown a little bit. And I feel like it would be an appropriate time to invoke the rule. Here we are at the Moogseum, a of Moogs. Now Moog is a last name. It is the last name of Bob Moog, who invented the first commercial synthesizer. May have had some great influence on music and the synth sound, which was very popular in the 1980s. So I guess a museum dedicated to the synthesizer and Bob Moog. Yeah, rule is in effect. Let's check this out. Now, unfortunately, the Moogseum will go undocumented, as they had informed me when I came in that they do not allow any filming or photography whatsoever. So I will not be sharing the Moogseum. Got a fancy art gallery over here, and I don't always like fancy art, but I like this woman's head with two geese coming out of her forehead wearing crowns. That's pretty fun. And a sculpture there of a boy on stilts. Look at all these wind chimes here. But the other night, when it was all windy, got really noisy over here by the wind chime store. This is Lost Objects Found Treasures. You can see the cat there waving at us. In front of the Asheville gem mine, you have this alien there pointing to the sky, possibly pointing us to his home planet. Also a dinosaur lurking over here as well. Then the Asheville mellow mushroom actually built an old gas station here. My ex-wife, she loved mellow mushrooms. She used to come here a lot. Haven't been here in quite a while. One interesting thing, though, is the wall here is embedded with different bowling balls. So a little bit of folk art here at the mellow mushroom. Looks like people painted the bowling balls. Some of them are natural bowling ball color. That one's been painted like an eye patch ladybug. It is funny. I used to come down here all the time. It was close to home. We would come downtown, have dinner, just walk around. But since I've been traveling, since I've been going over the whole country, I don't really come down here very often. So good to come back and visit Asheville. Again, this part of Asheville here was not affected physically. It was definitely affected by the hurricane, but the shops up here, it's higher ground. The shops up here were generally untouched. Definitely the lower parts of the city could not say that, but this part at least was mostly spared. I remember when this building was a different building that looked different. This guy's got a sign here. It says honk for peace. See if anyone honks. No honkers that round. Things definitely look different over here. The Vance Monument used to stand here. It was kind of like a miniature version of the Washington Monument. But as the Vance Monument, it was named after a Zebulon Vance, who was a Confederate. So the town, during the protest, it was defaced, and after that, the town voted they wanted to get rid of it. So they actually covered it up with like a big cloth for a while, and then a storm came by and blew the cloth away. And I guess finally they got around to removing it. Now, it doesn't really matter to me one way or the other. But one thing I was a little bummed about is that there actually used to be, at the bottom of Vance Monument, there was a marker for the Dixie Highway, which I've traveled the whole Dixie Highway. And they removed the sign for the Dixie Highway, which just personally I don't understand why that's necessarily offensive to anyone. Nonetheless, there's not very many Dixie Highway monuments left. I can only know of one other that's still around, so that was eliminated during that. I just took some collateral damage. Now this is still here. Got the footprints, the turkey prints, and the pig prints there. Looks like someone has bundled up the pigs here for winter. Put some flowers in their hair. The little baby piglet down there. And then the turkeys over here have some scarves on them. Some leopard print scarves. It's the Asheville Art Museum over here. I noticed these people wheeling out big crates. Hopefully they're not getting rid of all the art. Let's see, any honkers? Any honkers? Anyone gonna honk for peace? No honkers. Let's see, is anyone gonna honk for peace? No. No. Guy yelled "Free Palestine." There was a honker. Honk. Oh, another honker. Oh, okay, we're getting a parade of honkers here. You can see the double-decker bus down here on the corner. This is kind of a landmark here in Asheville. The coffee bus. It's always been a coffee shop. And it looks like they're closed right now, so I guess you can't go inside the bus. You can see the big Lebowski lounging up there on the top. Oh, and who's driving? Who's driving this bus? Looks like some sort of super spooky skeleton is the bus driver. Oh yeah, it's a super spooky skeleton wearing a Santa's hat. So you got all the holidays covered there. Oh, the light is changing. Let's see if we get any more honkers. Playing a little bit of drumming over there. Oh, there we got a honker. Ah, a few honks. Let's go walk around here. And again, I haven't been down here in a while, but something about getting older, something about growing older. I remember being down here when I was younger and seeing the things that were old then, and now the things that were old then are now gone. And the things that were new then are now old. And some of that's even gone. And some of it, there's little bits and pieces here that I remember, but so much that is just unrecognizable. And that's the thing. I don't know if we fully appreciate that as time passes, everything changes. Nothing is permanent. You know, what I thought Asheville was, that's something that exists in the past. Something that we don't have anymore. What we have now, a new place with new things. Some of the old things hanging on. Some of the old things thriving. A lot of that gone. And I guess that is the one sure thing in life, is that everything will one day be gone. And here we have an ode to buskers and Asheville music. And you can see the band there, which reminds me a little bit of the band we have in Waynesville. So the guy playing the washboard there. Oh, you got someone playing the spoons. Of course, one of the most famous buskers in Asheville is Abby the Spoon Lady, who actually moved out of the city. But she was spectacular. She played the spoon so good, she actually has videos of solo spoon play on YouTube that are just amazing. Just amazing. Someone blowing the jug there. Someone playing the bass. And that's one thing I actually really loved about Asheville was the buskers. You could come down here during the evening time, and there would be elaborate buskers. I remember there was this girl, she would paint herself completely silver, and she had a little drum that she would play if you had dropped money into her basket. There was a guy, a leaning guy, who would sit there like lean backwards. And then of course the musicians, the buskers, Abby the Spoon Lady, of course, she, just and other musicians, just spectacular music anywhere. Did someone just say Carpetbagger? Anywhere you go down here, you can just hear music, true music being played on the street. And now, to my I don't know, and I don't know enough about the subject to go too deep into it, but I know, there was times when the city, interesting, there's a monument here to busking, because there's certain times that the city was maybe not as friendly to buskers as they could have been. They did allow busking, but I know sometimes during festivals, they would make the buskers leave the area or have designated areas. So, I know they weren't, the city, in some ways it was very friendly to buskers, and others maybe could have been more friendly towards the buskers. And I haven't got a chance to come out here. Now, it is off season. I do feel like at one point you could come out here any day of the week and there would be performers and buskers. If it gets a little warmer, I may come back here and see what there still is of the busking and performance scene here in Asheville. Because, more in the warm months, summer and fall. But in some ways it seems like it may not, like I said, things aren't the same, things disappear. I remember in the later years, sometimes I would come out here. There seemed to be a golden age of buskers out of the early 2000s. And then, later as I'd come out here, there just wasn't as much busking. You're still busking, but not as spectacular as it was been. Just as a whole, as a group, wasn't as amazing. The individual buskers that were amazing, but there would be less of them, I guess would be a good way to put it. Yeah, I remember it's right over there. Me and my ex-wife Christy, we saw a band busking on the street called Now You See Them, and right after we saw them busk, they won a Battle of the Bands contest, and we actually went and saw them in concert. So we saw them busking on the street, and then just a couple months later, we went and saw them play at one of the breweries and purchased their albums. It was great. They're not together anymore, and their albums are really hard to find. But check out Now You See Them. There's some of their songs still on Spotify. Check out the Postcard song. Is one of my favorites. But yeah, a wonderful history of busking here in Asheville. I'm not going to argue with that, but I really want to come back. I really want to come back in the warmer weather and see what the current busking scene is like in Asheville. And this is Pritchard Park here, very small little park here right in the center of Asheville. And this is actually, they have the Asheville Drum Circle. Happens every Friday night. I guess I just checked. It's every Friday night from April to October. And I used to come out here and catch the drum circle. Basically, anyone who has a drum can show up. They sit on these steps here, sit on these rocks, and they all play drums. People dance here in the center, and a good time is had by all. This is called the Dr. Humor Building, and according to this plaque here, the grotesques carved in the stone, I guess were made of real people that the carvers saw around town. It says this is a local florist who was nearby while they were carving these sculptures, and they really are cool sculptures up here. You see like the mermaids and dragons. And this used to be a wig shop. Remember, this window used to be full of mannequin heads wearing different colored wigs. Now
that's fact.
It's a bar.
Used to be able to try them on. And then they did like...
And this is Asheville's Flatiron Building. And I know a lot of cities have buildings they call the Flatiron Building, but this one may be the only one that actually has a giant flat iron in front of it. I remember this used to be, maybe it still is, this used to be like a very prestigious spot for buskers. Buskers would always kind of claim the iron for the day and busk over here. And Asheville seems really quiet tonight, but it is a Tuesday. It is a Tuesday night in February, so hopefully the tourists will all be back for the beautiful summer and autumn months. Over here where we are standing is kind of an elevated part of the street, so they call it the catwalk. They also have these cat statues lurking around the catwalk. Oh, there's another one down there. The cat is using that brick wall as a scratching post. You might damage your little toes there, kitty. Oh, there's one more up on the light pole. Oh, what's it hissing at? I think there might have been a dog here at one point barking at the cat. He's definitely reacting to something. But I think someone may have stolen the dog.
What can I make with this? I've never used it either.
Look at this interesting sign up here. There is a little pig in a top hat and a cane and a monocle, and these all sectioned off for his different pieces of meat. So I guess this is a sign for some long lost barbecue restaurant, because I don't see any other sign of him. And this here, not a barbecue restaurant. If anyone knows where that pig's from, leave a comment in the comment section. Over here we have another super spooky skeleton serving drinks. A lot of skeletons serving beverages here in Asheville. And I think we're actually going to take a ride over to Biltmore Village. So I came down here to Biltmore Village right after Hurricane Helene happened to kind of survey the damage, and it was bad. It was bad. Just basically the businesses down here, some of them destroyed, while all of them just filled with water to their ceilings, mud everywhere. So I think it's been about another month since I've been down here, so I figured I'd just kind of check and see what the current progress is for those of you that have been following along. And you see the Wendy's that was actually completely flooded and filled with mud. The Wendy's is gone. You can see, and look at this, there's just still mud everywhere. Again, this happened back in October, and they're still just dealing with this massive amount of mud washed here by the hurricane, by the river. Yeah, just so much mud. Yeah, here's where the Wendy's was, and the Wendy's was just, again, the tables themselves are just caked with mud. All that we have left here is the drive-through speaker. You still see how that water just carved a path of devastation here, knocked down a lot of trees here by the river. Yeah, you see the massive erosion there. Gosh, yeah. All this here still under the bridge, all these pieces of wood, pieces of houses. It does look like they got the van out of the water. There was a van sticking up right there. There's some dumpsters over there. You can still see the trees down. Yeah, just even as you walk along the sidewalk, McDonald's here. Just still so much mud deposited everywhere. The fancy hotel, the Grand Bohemian there, still closed for business. Got their doors boarded up. I know it flooded almost all of that first floor there. And the fancy McDonald's has, they've cleaned up quite a bit here. They've got the fence around the perimeter, and it says, "See our new look coming soon." I'm happy it survived. Hopefully they can keep some of the fanciness to the McDonald's here and not just replace it with a standard McDonald's. But either way, I'm glad it survived. That helicopter there is Mama, the helicopter from the hospital. Used to fly over top of my house every day. The semi-trailer still on its side. You know, there's just so much work to be done. I guess things have to be prioritized on what is truly important. Now, it does kind of surprise me that the Moogseum is still standing. I can only assume it's just a matter of time before they demolish this. See, we're right here by the river, so this would have been hit by large amounts of debris. They basically knocked out this wall right here. It's still standing, very delicately standing. But yeah, very surprised. Yeah, just a little bit. I don't want to get too close. Definitely not going in here. But yeah, you can see just how badly this building was damaged. It does have the demolition sticker on the front, so they probably will demolish this. It's just a matter of time. Yeah, you see the Moogseum there on that side of the river. On the other side of the river, we have Asaka's Japanese restaurant. And actually, I'm astounded to see this. They've actually cleaned it up. I thought for sure this would simply be demolished. There was basically a just big ball of wood and debris smashed into the front of this building. If you look at my older video, you can see how dramatic it was. So basically, you know, back into here was just this giant ball of wood and debris and destruction, but they've actually cleared it out. They've actually cleared out the building. I don't know much about construction. I don't know, you know, for sure that this is not going to be demolished. But, you know, they didn't take out the whole building. They just removed all the debris. So maybe they have enough of the building where they're actually still going to rebuild here. Yeah, absolutely astounded to see this still standing. The Wendy's is gone. I guess the Wendy's is the only thing that's been completely wiped out that I've seen so far. But they've done a tremendous job cleaning up all the destruction over here. All this is still really heartbreaking to see. I really wanted to periodically document this area over here, maybe some other parts of Asheville as well, because I remember when Hurricane Katrina happened in New Orleans, a lot of the residents said that, you know, once the cameras were gone, once the news people had left, that everyone else forgot what they were going through. So yeah, we definitely are in the point in time where you don't really hear about Asheville in the national news. You don't really hear about the continued cleanup effort, the continued effort to bring the city back. But people are still working hard here, and people are still suffering. I would definitely encourage people at this point, you know, if you want to come to Asheville, come to Asheville. Spend money in Asheville. Spend money at the restaurants. Spend money at the attractions. Because this is a tourist town, and it relies on tourist dollars. So Asheville is still here. It's just in recovery. And don't forget about Asheville or this entire western North Carolina region, because there is it was a lot of damage, a lot of devastation, but they're still cleaning up. Okay, so tomorrow is my surgery, and it is a minor surgery as surgeries go, but apparently it does require a few days of rest. I've been told to lay around the house for about 3 days afterwards. So I will not be uploading after my surgery. I might pop in tomorrow just to say hello, but my plan is to take a few days off in the upcoming days. So if you don't see me, know that I'm just recovering, resting, getting ready to get back on the road. We're going to be headed to Transworld soon. I'm going to be taking a plane to St. Louis for Transworld, and that should be fun. Again, I'm going to be part of a seminar, a YouTube roundtable discussion, and there will be a Q&A. It'll be Saturday. So if you're coming to Transworld, love to see you there. What else? Yeah, tomorrow. Whew, can't help but be a little nervous, even though it's not a big deal. But I'll pop in and I'll say hello to you guys tomorrow. And you know, when I'm taking a few days off, if you still want to see some content, got a huge amount. I got thousands of old videos. Maybe check out an older Carpetbagger video if you really do. If you're really missing that Carpetbagger content. But I'm thinking I might pop in with a live stream if I am feeling up to it at some point during my recovery. So watch for that. But know that we will be back in the saddle soon. We will be continuing the year of planes, trains, and automobiles here on the Carpetbagger channel. Going to be hopping a plane very soon to St. Louis. And then we got another train trip coming up quickly after that, so stay tuned for that. Of course, if you like the channel, consider contributing to Patreon. $3 or more gets you a postcard once a month from me to you. Selling enamel pins in the Etsy shop, doing personalized messages on Cameo, although I may put Cameo on vacation while I am in recovery, because I may not be able to do cameos while I am recovering. But I'll be back soon. Any way you look at it, I'll be back soon. All those things help out the channel to keep this train on the track, this boat in the water, and this dirigible in the air. But all of you truly drive this channel and keep this channel alive, and I greatly appreciate that. Until next time, my friends, this one's in the bag.